Thanks for returning for part 2. In this one, I'm going to get a little help from neighbor Mike and my grandson Jaxson as we clear the rest of the trees from around the bridge. Welcome to Sassafras Valley. Well, I'm down here clearing out for this bridge, and I've got this dead elm tree here that's I need to get out of here, and it's leaning this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I really don't want it to fall that way because in that brush there are a couple of pawpaw trees. There's one growing, one little bitty one growing right up there, and there's another one just past it right over in there. I really don't want it falling that way. So I'm going to put a rope on it and hook it up, see if I can make it fall the other way. This ought to get interesting. Okay, I'm going to deepen that face cut a little. I didn't get it deep enough, and then I guess we give it a whirl. See that widowmaker up there? I ain't liking that, but we work with what we got. drama for nothing. Oh well. Well, here's the next one. As you can see, the top of that thing is leaning right over that bridge. Okay? So I'm going to try to turn it and have it fall right on this line where we're standing. Between the gator and here. So this time I'm going to rig it off of that big red oak over there. Okay, I'll put the snatch block on the red oak, and then I'll get on it, get on the rope, and pull it up there toward the feeder. I'll pull it that direction. Okay. Should be a little more tricky because it's a live tree. It's not going to snap off. I'll have to cut less of a hinge, but other than that, about the same way. It should go the same way, I hope. This time I'll set you just right over there by the bridge and let you watch. So what I'll do is I'll set that white bucket right there by the side the tire on the gator. And then you'll know how close we came to hitting our line. We'll give her a whirl. Okay, it's rigged. Let's drop her. Well, it's down. Missed my mark. See that white spot there? That's where it's supposed to go, but that's pretty harmless right there too. Didn't get in the deer feeder. Right out in the open. So, guess I have to clean that up now. But judging from that versus that target right up there, that's what do you say, 15 degrees off? Good enough for farm boy, just trying to get some trash cleaned up. Ain't good enough for this guy though. Okay, so I got her skinned off. I can pick all that up with a grapple now. So I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's just about dark. By the time I get all the rigging picked up and everything packed up, I'll be doing it in the lights. So 2 down, half a dozen to go. Back over here on the bridge project. Yep, Brady didn't catch any coons. Trap still set. I'm gonna set it over here out of the way, because I got a feeling it could get mashed. There we go. So, plan today is to drop these 2 trees right here. Okay. The smaller one is leaning right into that cherry tree there. Can you see that? Just wants to go right that way. I think we can turn it enough to have it come over here, come this way, and land out here where there's nothing in the way. Okay? But the bigger tree here is leaning right toward Sassafras Gorge. Okay? Looks to me like it wants to fall right down that ditch. And I don't have a lot of trees along there I want to save or anything like that, but I'd really rather have it fall out here in this area where it's a lot easier to cut up and we don't have to dig that out of there. Because I'm going to tell you, this tree right here is pretty good size. Down here where we're going to cut it, it's probably 36 inches wide here, something like that. Should be able to hook onto it and pull it out this way. If we do that, I can get the fall right on there. Okay? The only problem I think we have is that tree's been dead for 4 or 5 years. Something like that. And it died because it's hollow. So I don't know what we're going to get into, but we're going to get into it. So I think we'll drop the small one first, see if we have any luck with it, and then we'll take a look and see what we can do with that bigger one. I'm going to go ahead and rig a rope up on that so we can pull it. And then Mike's coming down here. He's bringing Frankensplitter, and we're going to split them up as we go, but I can go ahead and get rigged up and get ready for him. So I'll put you out of the way someplace. Well, our plan was for Mike and I to grab that rope, put it around the upper part of that dead tree and see if we could get it cinched down good and tight and tie it onto the front of the tractor. Then Mike was going to back it up and put enough tension on it so that he could change the direction on it. Well, I was going to grab the saw and I was going to go up there and cut it while he had it under tension, but, well, he just gave one little tug, and guess what? You know, I thought that log might be hollow. Yep. I'm surprised we didn't have any critters crawling out of there. Yeah, it goes all the way through. You can see just a little bit of light up in there. And a nest. Probably squirrels, could be coons. All right, that made that project a lot easier and safer. After looking at this stump a little bit, wanted to show you. That's how much wood was in that tree, okay? Inch and a quarter is all dead. What's on the outside here? All the way around, as you can see, just a shell. We put the rope on it, and I told him to put some tension on it so I could get down there and saw it, and it cracked. So I didn't have the camera set up yet, and we got excited and just jerked on it a little bit, and it ended up down there, okay? So what we decided to do, instead, there wasn't going to be enough wood here to really cut up, so we decided we were going to clear out a bunch of dead wood here at Sassafras Valley, so and get us a stack of ready to burn firewood, because standing dead oak with the bark falling off of it, pretty good burning. So now you can see down the valley, got just a few pieces of brush here it left to clean up, but if you look on down there, you can see right on out through the valley now, because we picked up, we cut down all these standing dead trees in here. We got that one over there, and all these. Nigh on to every one of these is ready to go in the fireplace. All we got to do is split them and burn them. So my wood that ain't seasoned yet, I might not have to even get into it, but I can at least put it off for a month or so and let it get a little more seasoned. Because that's a pretty good pile of wood there. That'll more than fill that trailer. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Well, we've got all this tree here to clean up. And all that over there, let's go ahead and clean that up, because I'd like to try to go ahead and get a few of these railroad ties down on the bridge bed over there. So we'll chunk them up and do some splitting if we can and get them processed out of here. What do you think? Good deal?
Huh? Yeah, we're good to go. Mike and I went ahead and processed those trees, those little logs we had cut up, cut down. We cut them into firewood and got them all taken care of. And then I didn't do a lot more down there in the woods that fall and winter. Did a little bit of work down there in the spring, but not very much. But we still had that big log hanging down there, and several of those smaller trees that we cut down around that bridge. But Jaxson had an opportunity to come out and help me. So he had never ran a chainsaw. Been around one, but I usually ran it, or his dad ran his chainsaw, and Jaxson never had the opportunity to run one. So I decided to give him an opportunity. Now, we had a little safety lesson. Talked about, how to make sure he didn't hurt himself and proper way to hold it and how to start it. And, I got him in there and turned him loose on it and fed him logs, and he sawed them off. And then he did quite a bit of cutting that day, but I got a little bit of it here on the camera. And so watch how he handles that thing, and I think you'll agree he did a fine job. That dried, straight grain red oak splits up pretty good. But it was pretty hot that day. I'd say it was in the middle 90s and at least medium-high humidity. And I was sweating the way it was, and he wielded that axe like Paul Bunyan. Sure was glad to have the help. Okay, so if you want to grab that grapple, pick that stack up there, and you know where we burnt the brush? Right over there.
Yeah.
Stack them there. If you wanted to, you could, well, we'll drag that out of there later.
I'll take it real quick.
All right. It's a hackberry, isn't it?
Yeah. You think?
All right. All right, just get your grapple there and pick that stack up and haul it up there.
You got it? Squeeze it, squeeze it. Now you got them. Raise it. All right. Go ahead on.
We got the brush and the logs, the wood chopped, got the timber off there. Got this place ready to put the deck on the bridge. So I appreciated Mike coming over to help, and Jaxson, he was a big help too, getting it all ready to go. But I think this is getting kind of long. I think I'll end it here. And just on the next one, we'll go ahead and finish this bridge up. But anyway, I was glad to get this much progress done, and certainly wanted to say I really appreciate you hanging with me.
Look at that. That's a bunch of babies on her, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Should be able to get a little more torque with that one, don't you think? Probably should have greased this before I brought it out here. Oh well. Oh! All right!
I do appreciate you watching, and you have nothing less than a wonderful day.